COP29 has kicked off in Azerbaijan. So what's it all about? Here's Tatenda to explain.
Welcome to COP29, AKA the 29th Conference of the Parties, AKA the United Nations 29th Annual Meeting, where world leaders get together to talk about climate change.
These are not the future problems. Climate change is already here. Whether you see them or not, people are suffering in the shadows.
There's heaps on the agenda this year. 2024 is on track to be the hottest year on record. And we've seen a lot of really serious weather events lately that are going to be big topics of discussion. There's also set to be a strong focus on finance this year, as leaders try to figure out how to pay for the impacts of climate change and the weather events that come with it, with some calling for richer countries which contribute to the most global emissions to step up. All eyes are also in the US, with a lot of buzz about how Donald Trump's recent election win might affect America's commitment to fighting climate change.
It is clear that the next administration will try to take a U-turn and reverse much of this progress.
But climate activists are urging other countries to stick to their own goals, no matter what the US does.
And Trump's re-election can never be an excuse for other nations to scale back the ambition needed.
Rex Airlines has been thrown a lifeline from the government. It's been offered $80 million to keep running its regional routes after it found itself in some financial trouble earlier this year. It's good news for people who live in regional communities that rely on the airline to get around. But the airline is still struggling, and many are hoping it finds a buyer to rescue it soon. Now, you might remember back in May, we met 11-year-old Henry, who was trying to form his own cricket team in his community in outback Queensland. Well, now, he's finally done it. Take a look.
Yep, it's game on for the Cunnamulla Emus junior cricket team. They live here in Cunnamulla, obviously, which is a tiny town in outback Queensland, where a junior cricket team hasn't existed in more than 30 years. In fact, up until now, there hasn't even been a team sport that kids can play once they hit high school. Something Henry was keen to change. For the past 6 months, he's been trying to recruit players.
Rallied some of my mates to come down to the nets and help me train.
And now he's recruited so many, there are 2 fully fledged junior cricket teams in town, with players ranging from 5 to 12 years old.
I've been teaching the kids how to play and how to bat and bowl.
That we all get a turn, it's fun.
Something to do over when footy season finishes.
As with any good sport, there are some strict rules in place.
You need to be respectful, listen to the coach.
You have to pack up all the gear.
No fighting, no punching.
No being cheeky to other people.
There was a massive turnout for their first match, with more than half the town showing up to support them. And they've set their sights on entering a competition 200 k's away in Charville next year to show the rest of Queensland how the Emus roll.
Now we can play sport in high school. At the end of the day, Cunnamulla wins.
Oh no. Now it's time for a part of the show I like to call, How Did We Get Here? Ugh. First up to Mexico, where the very first World Mariachi Congress has wrapped up with a huge concert. Mariachi is a type of traditional Mexican folk music that sounds a little bit like this. More than 1,000 musicians and performers took part, breaking the world record for the most mariachis performing simultaneously while they were at it. Now, to one very lost penguin. This emperor penguin was found on a WA beach 3,500 k's from its home in Antarctica. It's the first time one has ever been spotted in Australia. Now it's being looked after by a local wildlife keeper, and well, it seems pretty chill about it. And finally, to an incredible stunt that would turn most people's tummies inside out. 2 slackliners from Germany have just set a new world record for the highest slackline walk at 2,500 metres above the ground. And then they just started showing off. We get it, you could do the splits. Very cool. Is that real? Oh. Well, that's all from us today. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now. Maybe if I just go back the way I came, I'll find something. Oh.